check. Right. Right. What's up, guys? I don't think anyone's here, but either way, what's up? What's up? I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. You guys get to look at my cool keyboard for a little bit. My cool little duders. Got some sweet Salvadors. Got a Kipora. I got this awesome Bull V2. A couple of Ricci's. And Devour. Ah! I'm gonna pull this one off so you guys can see it. Hilarious. Hold on. Hold up. See if I can puppy off. Oops. Well, that thing just went absolutely flying. But look at that sucker. So funny. Such a little duper. 4 eyes. But yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, so what's good? 3 people. We're famous. Say it once, I'll say it again. It's dope. Yo, thanks for coming, guys. So, what I am going to be building today is this little something. Wait, hold on one second. Let me just see if my OBS. Hello. My OBS is getting that. Yeah, it is. Nice. All right, cool. So today, I'm not doing anything really mechanical keyboard related, but what I am doing is going to lead to me doing some really cool mechanical keyboard stuff. So, going to this. I got this awesome 3D printer. It is an absolute beefy son of a bitch. I mean, this thing is ginormous. It literally takes up my entire desk. You can't see anything other than this 3D printer. You know what? I might be able to get a little more. That's about the best I got. So, I'll be setting it up for you know, on the stream. Hopefully I can show you guys some cool shit. So this is called the Snapmaker. It's a really cool 3D printer. If you guys hang around for a little while, I'm probably going to say this like 80 different times, and I'll go through what this thing actually does. But as you can see right here, it's a 3D printer. It's a CNC machine, meaning that I'm able to mill out aluminum if I get aluminum blocks. And probably the coolest element of it is that it is a laser engraver. It means that it's got a diode-oriented laser in it that is going to be able to send precision photons, off of a ruby and basically go down and ultimately make an imprint on metal, which is really cool. So that means that if I wanted to, I could engrave my keyboard. I could engrave one of the tools that I own that's metal. But yeah, it's really cool, and this is all packaged in one single object. It's just one tool path. It's literally just this Snapmaker. What you do is, here, I'll actually try and move this thing up. So right over here, and these are 3 of the same mount systems that basically go on the, I guess it would be X-axis. Yeah, on the X-axis. And that sits up top, and it allows you to do anything that's on this base plate. And it has a 5" by 5" by 5" printing like area, bottom area that you can print on. So that's the max I could have a footprint for either milling out aluminum, laser engraving, or 3D printing. But honestly, to start and to kind of just get my feet wet and really start getting ramped up with manufacturing, I do stuff very, very similar to it while I'm at work, but this is a very, very, very cool machine. It's, like I said, this is going to fit on my desk that's over to the right-hand side, over in that direction. None of you can see that, but yeah, I'm gonna see if we can set this thing up. So I'm kind of just chilling here for a few minutes. I had a couple buddies that might show up that I think will want to at least see it from start, so I'm going to give them some time. Yeah, hope you guys all had a good day. Even if you didn't, you know, there's always room for us to have a better one the next day, so hopefully you guys are all doing well. Someone give me a yo in the chat or something, and more so, if you guys can hear the music, let me know. I checked and I didn't know if I could hear it coming out of my speakers or if I actually heard it coming you know, through the stream, but if you can hear the like really soft lo-fi, or if it's really loud, like let me know. But I have like lo-fi music, non-copyright, obviously. Your boy's not trying to get arrested by the Twitch police. Give him a strike before I even do anything interesting. But yeah, probably gonna chill around 5 minutes. Also, as always, the most important part of any stream, this stream is sponsored by Coors Light. Yes, if you're wondering, they pay me $0 to promote their product. But Coors Light, best beer out there. I don't want to hear any arguments. Best light beer. All right. I get some people, hey, I've got a better beer for you that tastes better. Listen, I get that. But more importantly, of all the light beers, it ain't even a question. Coors Light. Look at that. You have a beer can that tells you when the hydration will be activated. Hydration activation. The blue mountains. I mean, come on. You can't not love that. You can't not love that. So, let me drink Coors Light. Enjoy myself. Be able to set some cool little things up. So, wait a couple minutes. Gotta see if anyone pops in. Even if no one pops in, it's totally straight. I'm gonna build this anyway, but I think it's a cool learning experience. You get to kind of sit through, you know, either listen to me ramble or watch me mess up and do something, and then ultimately learn how to do it correctly. There ain't much that's more valuable than that, especially when you get your feet wet in something. Coors Light sponsored video. Mike, how'd you know, buddy? Dude, tough work day. Cheers to you, man. Hopefully you had a better one. And this is a Coors Light sponsored video. If I didn't just crack this sucker, I would show you, but the Rocky Mountains are looking blue right now, so I gotta have myself a swig. Honestly, there ain't much that slaps as hard as a Coors Light after a rough day of work, so I'm gonna have me 2 sips. 2 whole sips. Cheers, boy. Cheers, man. Yo, can you, Mike, are you able to hear the, like, lo-fi music? And if you are, is it, like really, really loud, or is it really soft? Like, any adjustments? I did it over the weekend, and I haven't really been able to test it out or anything, see how it sounds, so honestly, just yell at me. Like, hey! It's too loud, or it's too soft, or what the hell are you talking about? There's music? Because if you guys can't hear the music, I'm gonna be pissed, because I spent like an hour trying to get this 3-hour lo-fi thing downloaded. Yeah, it's good level. Oh, let's go. So it works, and it's not too loud. That's dope. That's what I like to hear. It's good shit, man. Appreciate it. You know what? That deserves another clink. Good stuff. Yeah, I put it at a brisk 51% volume. Because I said 50%, too predictable. 51%, now that right there, that's the winning recipe. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to wait another minute or so. If you guys didn't see, I'll put this chunky SOB on there, and it is totally upside down, so give me a second. Let me orient this correctly. Oops. Ta-da! Cool 3D printer. Snapmaker. Yeah, it's a 3-in-1. Definitely an interesting piece of hardware. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Trying to figure out something really quickly for my brother. He wants to watch the stream, so I sent him a link and it clearly did not do anything. Oh, okay. Oh. I think it is working. Let me just text him real quick. And then, Zertime, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. I know, I'm here, I'm live. I just have this ginormous 3D printer that is sitting on my desk, but I'm going to be building this thing today. Pulling it out of the box, and we're going to see. Homo sapien. Homo sapien. Okay, dope name first. Zertime, also dope name. But yeah, I'm gonna just be putting this thing together. I got a cool 3D print. Well, it's more than a 3D printer. It's actually a CNC milling machine and a laser engraver as well, depending on which mount you actually put on the X-axis rig. So I'm really excited to build this and mess with it. Yeah, which is dope. And my brother even said he was gonna watch, which is awesome. Shout out to my brother Kyle, absolute best. Dude came through yesterday, delivered this to me, just being the best big brother there could be. So, yeah, we're gonna try and build this thing, and hopefully I don't put my engineering degree to shit by just absolutely messing up catastrophically. But you know what's good? You guys can keep me accountable. You can yell at me. You can be like, "Hey, dude, what the hell are you doing? Why are you trying to plug something in upside down?" Obviously, you can't say that. You can just type it to me, but that totally works. Until I start building this, I'm gonna probably start building in about another minute, maybe 2 minutes. You can look at my cool little mechanical keyboard. That actually isn't all that cool, but I got some pretty decent artisans on it, and that maybe you can enjoy. See if my autofocus picks up. There we go. But I got some cool salvies, a Kipora, a Bull, a Devourer, the matching Metropolis Salvador, which is arguably my favorite artisan that I've got. This guy right here, so awesome. Matches my color scheme perfectly on my board. And so this stream, this is a new stream. My name's Dylan. Yeah, you guys could like that Mizu, that Mizu. Shout out the avatar. Still the best. I don't want to open that can of worms right now, but one of my favorite shows, I don't even know if you'll characterize it an anime or a cartoon. I don't care what you characterize it as. It's one of my favorites. Just an awesome show. Once again, if you weren't around for this video is sponsored by Coors Light. They pay me $0, but I like their product enough that I'm going to sit here and show Coors Light cans just every 15 minutes or so. Oh, which is dope. So yeah, well, honestly, I'm gonna start unpacking this thing, and we'll see what we can do. So hopefully, I'll try and keep you guys entertained. Push and pull. Yeah, man. Still won't ever get over the episode where they... Actually, I don't know if everyone's watched it, so I don't want to spoil anything, but at the end of Season 1, when something unfortunate happens, that is still such a tragedy. So I am opening this up now. This is the, I guess, like tutorial guide, the setup material. Ooh, it comes with some cool stickers on the back. I'll add those to my sticker collection. And you know what? I'll even grab my sticker collection right now. I've got a cool project probably in the next, I don't know, year or two that I'll do, but I do a decent amount of like snowboarding, so I go to some pretty cool places. What I'm trying to do is get like a map of the United States and basically populate it with all the stickers that I've gotten, different places, different parks, random stuff I do. Like this is a Rick and Morty primitive skate banner. Has nothing to do with traveling, but I think it's pretty cool. I got this GMMK sticker, which was pretty cool. Dragon Ball Z primitive. Evo, which is snowboard. This is cool. Typer Tools. I actually bought my lubricant for lubing mechanical keyboard switches from them. Really good dude. Actually had a shipping mishap with him and I never got my product, and I emailed him. He didn't even ask me for anything. He literally just asked for my address, sent it over, and I got a new one literally 2 days later. So great dude. If you ever need to get like Crytox, I don't know if you're here for mechanical keyboards or not, but if you ever need to get Crytox or Tribosys, you know, reach out to these guys, Typer.tools. Awesome customer service. That goes a long way with me. I'll give them a plug right now. Icon Pass, always traveling. Got a couple. Now 9009. Got some little stickers. But yeah, here's my sticker collection. That I'm one day gonna do something halfway cool with, but until then, we're not worrying about it too much. So let's see what else. So I have one of the axes. I have another one of the axes. And then I have the third. So this is obviously a 3-axis machine. And I don't know, you know, what people do and don't know, but if you have a 3D printer, or if you have any type of any type of like machining hardware, you obviously want to be able to machine, mill, print on a 3-dimensional plane. So you can do it in the X direction, the Y direction, and then zeta, pointing up at you guys, but the Z direction. What that allows you to do is you get basically and the dimensions of max printing capacity or milling capacity on this is 5 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches. So there's a 5-inch cube that basically build or print or machine out of. So what these will do is you have one that's going to sit like this. You have one that's going to sit in some orientation on the, you know, orthogonal axis, and then you'll have one that goes up and down. So that can, or I guess, show you, it goes up and down. That way you can go, you know, print layers on the, you know, bottom as high up as you can. So got these 3 cool axes. These are going to be basically the backbone of the instrument. I've got my guide, and now I'll actually pull out. So I'll put these away after, but I'm going to show you the mounting heads. So there are some really, really cool little things that come with this. So the first thing I'll do is I will pull out the CNC driver. So I don't know if, you know, everyone here is familiar with CNCing, but CNCing is basically, you know, tooled machining. So if you have a block of aluminum, you want to shape it into anything, you name it, whether it's a keyboard or, you know, your Xbox chassis or your computer chassis. That's actually a way better way of explaining it. What you do is you actually have a drill bit that sits on, you know, some type of very, very stable piece of equipment. And that drill bit obviously gets instructed by a computer program to spin at a certain revolutions per minute or revolutions per second. And what that does is you have a hard enough, you know, material. So if you get a titanium drill bit, you can go through aluminum and basically use a program like Autodesk. So that's CAD software, or you could use something like SolidWorks or Inventor or anything of that nature, to program how you want this spinning drill bit to create a path in the aluminum to ultimately create a shape that you want. So say you wanted to build a keyboard like this. Well, this keyboard starts as just a giant hunk of aluminum. It's literally the size of this, and there's a CNC machine that spins a drill bit and will just, you know, cut away at it and create all the divots and crevices to ultimately create the final product that once you anodize it black, that's why it's black, but you can actually see on the chamfer that's the raw aluminum color. So they anodize it, that means they color it, and then at the end they will literally do a tool path recut on the side. That way you get the color of the aluminum, but everything else is anodized black to that color, which is pretty darn cool. So yeah, well, we'll do that. So that's what this is. That's what this head is. That does a, you know, CNC carving. Next, which is pretty cool, they have the actual 3D printer, and that is the same process, except 3D printer just spits out really, really warm plastic, and it's very, very precise in the way that it spits out that plastic, and ultimately you can just create shapes same way. If you design it, you can do something pretty. Is the mill head a collect mount or a drill chuck? I'm actually not sure. And I actually need to I have to pull out the tooling real quick, because it came with a convenient accessory tools. But yeah, this is the 3D printer one. The reason there's a button on it is because that's what's ultimately going to allow you to load filament through this. So you have to click it down so that you can feed a roll of filament through it, and then ultimately it gets heated down here and it's basically printed out on the bottom substrate, which is pretty cool. So that's the 3D printing head on it. I'm really excited. This is what I'm going to first use, but I am so stoked to try this. I'm going to actually buy some aluminum blocks and start creating. I'm going to do something that has some like open source dimensions, so I might do like a cherry profiled keycap and try and machine one, you know, on my desk over there, which would be really cool. But the last thing, and the really cool thing about the Snapmaker, is that it comes with a laser engraver. And a laser engraver is basically a high precision diode that shoots a laser down. With enough energy, it's able to make an imprint on metal. So if I wanted to put my name on that keyboard, or if I wanted to say hello world on the back of it, or any other piece of metal, you know, I could basically mount this laser, you know, feed it some type of STL drawing, or I'm not totally sure what drawing extension you use for laser engraving. You know, maybe you could even do it with something cool like a Word doc, and you could literally just, you know, size it and have it laser engrave on whatever's in the plane that it's able to touch. I'm not totally sure yet, but I'm stoked to at least try this out and kind of get moving with it. So those are what make the Snapmaker a 3-in-1. It's got three different processes that you can ultimately fulfill, you know, just depending on what you want to mount on the top arm that ultimately allows you to like CNC or whatever. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I am definitely looking forward to actually using it, but the unfortunate thing is I have to build this sucker before I can use it. So we're gonna set this puppy up. We're gonna at least attempt to set this puppy up. We'll get, you know, as far as we can and go from there. This, I have absolutely no idea what this is. I'm assuming it is one of the screw-in mounts. So, typically an STL or any, yeah, exactly. So usually it's STL. I know that you could do a couple of others. So like Gerber files, Gerber extensions are used for, you could do that for like PCB milling, but people actually do it for like mechanical stuff. Some even take .ai, Adobe Illustrator. Oh, that's lit. And Voyager, what I'm thinking is like maybe that's what you could use for the laser engraver. It's like something like Adobe Illustrator, give the dimensions to it, and then ultimately just print it out or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I have to start using this to really get a sense of kind of what I can and can't do with it, but capability-wise, there's some really cool stuff. Alright, so, cool toolkit. I'm going to put this away because right now, honestly, I just need to worry about setting this sucker up, and then I'll actually start playing with whatever, you know, drill bits they give me and what I'm able to use. This is the communication hub, so at least I assume that. It literally just has like 6 Ethernet ports that ultimately, I believe that these are all... Okay, yeah. So each one of these arms is controlled, obviously, off of this hub. You plug it in, and then I'll plug this into my computer to do all of the, you know, instruction orientation. But you probably just plug each one of these arms into each port. There's probably a couple of other Ethernet connections that you need to make. Well, not even Ethernet, it's RS-232. That's this connector style. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll ultimately assign each one of these ports to one of the axes, and then when I do instruct some type of drawing into it, so say I'm trying to 3D print a Boba Fett's head or something, I'll instruct that, and ultimately I will give the information about, hey, you need to do, you know, port 2, the x-axis needs to do this, so it needs to move in a certain direction or something like that. But so that's what this is. So those are all of the parts in the top of this thing. I'm gonna put this away because I still have literally zero clue what it is. If anyone knows, type it in the chat. That'd be dope. But I have no idea what that thing does. But yeah, so I'm gonna pull this out, and now I'm getting to layer 2. So the second layer. Whoa, 9 people? What's good? That's so dope. It bloops in the poop. Oh my god. A mini Thor hammer. Yo, chat spicing up right now. I absolutely love to see it. Thanks for coming, guys. This is dope. Like I said, this is the thing I'm building, and it's upside down because I'm an absolute dumbass, and that's the second time I've done this. But I'm building this today. Snapmaker 3-in-1 3D printer. So it's a 3D printer, laser engraver, and a CNC Carver. Just got this. My brother dropped it off last night. I am like totally stoked. Not to be that weenie, but like I'm actually stoked. I'm so excited to do this. Yeah, so we just got through kind of what's in here, and damn, okay. So I just got to the, and this is going to be upside down, but literally because of the way that my computer is oriented, I can't do anything else. It's going to be upside down. Here's all the other shit that came at the bottom of it. So I got plenty of stuff. So it comes with a roll of filament, which is dope. Safety glasses. Obviously the power adapter for the hub. Some type of metal clip. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's to cut filament. Comes with this sweet little OLED screen right here. I'm stoked to see what that looks like. I guess this is probably a mount for that OLED screen if I had to guess. And then that looks like a user's manual to me. Nope, just kidding. That is totally the like front plate that you can put on it to, you know, obviously show that it is a Snapmaker. But yeah, so that's what I got right now, guys. And oh, it came with 2 of them. Man, this is so cool. So it's actually just a piece of aluminum, but you can put this little Snapmaker on top of it, I'm sure. Give them their plug. Make sure you sponsor their work. I'm not saying you guys, but whoever buys this probably is expecting you to sponsor their work and say, hey, this is what I've got. Damn, that's nice packaging. Yeah, man, right? How many different filaments can it handle? So this one, unfortunately, isn't a super advanced 3D printer in terms of I can't 3D print carbon fiber with it. You would need something, you know, pretty beefy, like what they call a MakerBot method. MakerBot method is a here, I'm actually going to pull out the top head, the 3D printer head. So you feed filament through this, and in JAG, to answer that, you literally can only put a single filament, PLA filament, which is just a plastic, through this, and it gets heated up through the circuitry in here, and ultimately, I believe this is a zeroing, so that allows you to tell exactly where you are and how far down you go, but it'll print out of something like right there, and it only does plastic, but and that's because this isn't the most expensive thing on the market by any stretch of the definition. But if you get something like a, I don't know, like I said, MakerBot, so they're a really, really established company. You can get a $5,000+ machine, and that you can actually feed carbon fiber through. That basically gets heated and then layered. And you can ultimately make like really, really, really strong carbon fiber 3D printed objects, which is dope. So this one, unfortunately, only plastic, but yeah, there's some super, super cool stuff that you can do with 3D printing. Yeah, kind of dope. I'm excited to at least start using this. So, like I said, I don't want to bore anyone and literally just sit here and read a manual of how to set this up. So what I'm going to try to do at first is just get some diagrams and go from there, because that's kind of, I'm a visual kind of dude. Like, I do a lot better when I get to just look at something and then try and set it up. So I'm hoping they gave me a nice picture book for adults. I'm really banking on that, because if they didn't, then I'm going to have to read through this entire sucker, and that's going to be a lot more reading than I wanted to do tonight after work. But, so let's see what they come with. Welcome to the Snapmaker family. I like it. Stay up to date with product development at snapmaker.com. Oh, cool. They make some really, really nice beds. Oh, that's lit. Sweet. So that right there, this is what we're making. This might be a bigger version, but ultimately footprint-wise, this is pretty much what we're going to be making. And then, this moves underneath for you to give dimension to it, which is pretty cool. So there's that. Let's see what else we got. The quick start guide. This is what I'm looking for. They've got a guide for laser engraving and a guide for CNC carving. See, this is awesome. So they only show wood So I guess they don't provide you with a drill bit that's strong enough to machine aluminum, but honestly, if you can get the footprints correctly, you could probably plug in the correct type of like CNC like metal machining bit. So that would probably be an additional extra, but either way, kind of awesome. Also, oh my god, it's almost been 10 minutes. This stream is sponsored by Coors Light. It's not really sponsored by Coors Light, but I love Coors Light. So. Cheers, mates. Hopefully everyone had a good day. Oh god, and that just... Man, a Coors Light hits different after a long day of work. Alright, so before you start, assemble the 3D printer, and then use the 3D printer. Alright, sweet. So they gave us a bunch of tools and stuff. Got it. So when I was asking everyone what the hell that blooper was, otherwise known as mountain water. If the Rockies are blue, I was going to try and come up with a rhyme, but I am just, like, illiterate. Soda! Ramsey, the young lad! The brew is cool. This is why I need Jagdude in here right now. Someone to actually, like, hold me accountable for when I come up with the wackest rhymes ever. But yeah, that Rocky Mountain water, way too good. Yo, thank you everyone for being here. This is so sweet. The mountains are blue. Stay in school. Mohammed, you're stretching, bro. I would totally compliment you if I knew you weren't going to rag on me for drinking Coors Lights. So, you know, I guess respect, but also, like, bro, piss off. You better like Coors Light. Best light beer ever. At least best light beer in America. I don't want to hear nothing about Bud Light. Maybe we can have an argument about Miller, but I don't want to hear anything about Bud Light in this chat. That's no disrespect. I mean, it's just true. It's just true. But anyway, so yeah, here it's basically giving me the output of all the shit that comes in here. So the filament holder, that thing, that's what I meant to pull out before I started talking about Coors Light. This is a filament holder, so the filament actually goes through this, and then I guess I'm gonna guess comes through. Yeah, either this is what you use to mount it, or it actually goes through this, but it's what's gonna ultimately hold the giant spool of filament. So glad that we came to that. Ooh, that peaked the mic. Oopsies. Oopsies. Alright, what else do we got? So, all the parts. Before you start, get the screwdriver ready. Dude, they gave me a screwdriver. Well, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get my toolbox really quickly, but they gave me tools. Man, gotta love modern technology. Corona, baby! Listen, the Corona's good, but this virus got me messed up. I can't be drinking Corona right now. That's just risky. You don't know if the actual virus likes Corona or not. I don't know how to stand on it. Well, yeah. Give me another 2 months, maybe I'll drink another Corona. But, guys, so here's my cool toolbox. Cool toolbox. Shout out Bridget, she got me that. Kind of stoked. But yeah, so let me get this. Get the screwdriver ready. Let me actually pull this out of the tool kit and accessory thing that they gave me. Right here. Super nice packaging. Super nice packaging. I'm like amazed. This whole thing is just really, really well put together. It comes just obviously. So they made great use of space in there. There's literally 10 bags of just goodies in here. They're like screwdriver bits and screws and random other crap. But yes, there's a bunch of stuff. I don't even know what this is. I think that this is like Velcro. Maybe it's cable management. Could also be like, I have no idea. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But looks like that's basically what you'd screw through. So that's gonna be like the bolt on the end of it. But yeah, so. Oh, nice. Sweet thing of industrial tweezers. I love it. And then I think that this is probably some power bank, because I got my red and black color notation. So real quickly, I'm going to put these tools that I'm not using on the right. So there's screws, screwdriver, so I need that. Here are more screws. I'm going to put those over, but those are like drum mount. Here are more screws. And this, I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. This definitely is for the 3D printer. I'm thinking. Either it's for the 3D printer or it's for the CNC, but it's definitely for one of those. I'm not going to use that now. I'll put that to the side. These look like little mounting brackets, so I'm going to put those to the side. And then, let me see, more screws, Velcro, feet. I'm thinking actually then maybe this is, maybe it's in here. Oh, it's in here. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to pull this guy out. Comes with this cool little screwdriver, and I'm assuming it's just screwing. And I just get to tighten this, and I can't pull it out. Yep, there we go. Oh, this is really nice, actually. I've already got a few of these in my toolbox, but it's actually pretty dope. Keeps the wires and the booms and out of the working area. Crap, are my wires? Nah, they're not. Alright, so got the screwdriver ready. Next up, we have what looks like attached feet to the base plate. So, I am going to attempt to find the base plate. And I believe... So it's not that. Based off of the actual screw imprint, that's different. So it's not that, I don't think. But this right here, this looks like it's the right thing. So let me pull this out and see if I can get that. Okay, so I like it. Snapmaker. Oh yeah, this is 100% it. 100% it. It's got its actual like a RS-232 hub in there. We're gonna mount to the bottom of that. So, wait, actually, no, that's for this next step. And I guess you mount a literal one of these like arms, movable press arms on it. So let me see where this base plate is. Oh, okay, I found it. It's ginormous. That's probably why I didn't see it. That's what we're looking for, I think. Yeah, this is okay, this is 100% what we're looking for. So I'm actually going to move these over to the right-hand side, just because right now I don't exactly know when I'm going to start using those. But what I'm going to do is that way I'll be able to work with this plate right on the bottom. And the first thing I like to do is if I'm ever doing something reading off of a spec sheet or anything like that, I like to orient everything as close to the pictures as possible. So I've got these 4, and there's only 4 set of screws right there. So I'm going to flip this over. And that, yep, so that's probably why it says this. This is the underside. So I'm going to put the feet onto that. I'll leave that to the side, and I'm going to grab these. So that's these things. These 4 feet are going to go on that. So let me get these out. Let's see what we got. Background music is fire. Nice addition. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah, it literally took me an hour to download that. I had to get like non-copyright music. So, well, I'm on such time delay. That comment was the Velcros. Yeah, that's all right, buddy. I figured that's what it was in reference to, but no harm or foul, man. But yeah, dear, I had to literally take like an hour of my day to get that downloaded off of YouTube because it was no copyright. That was fun. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. Thanks for the compliment. So I got my 4 feet, and then I need to mount 4 of these M4 size 10 screws. And I'm thinking that's what these are. I wish they had a little... actually, I don't think. Those seem too thin. They seem just a little too small. So let me see if there's any others. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Use one of these here. Yeah, these seem a little more like it. Oh, no, 100%. It's these if I had to guess. Wait. Maybe not. Maybe not. Trying to see. Okay, so it's not these. Those go on the next one. So I'm gonna hold these off to the side. These are M10 screws. What are they? Are they Torx on top? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the types of screw heads, but you can either have Phillips, flathead, Torx, hex. If you're ever building anything, get Torx. Get Torx screws. They're the best. You can't strip them. You won't get put into a position where you strip one of your screws and you literally are just there, stuck for shit to not be able to do anything until you're able to get that screw out. Hold on one second, guys. So M4... 8? Okay, so that's a size 8. I guess the size 10 is the slightly long. 8, M4, 8, M4. Okay, so we have a lot of M4 8s. Sweet. Okay, so I know which one it is now. So it's these that I'm going to be using for this. So I had to jump a couple steps ahead just to get myself oriented, but I'm going to grab these. It says to basically put them through. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's a perfect fit. Oh, that's really nice. So so obviously this is a Phillips head, or just a normal Phillips head if my camera will focus. It's a Phillips head screwdriver. What I need to do, take this off, flip it, and I have a hex. There's a hex screwdriver bit on that end. So I'm going to flip that over so that I can now start screwing this thing in. I'm going to start with my bottom right, and just a little word to the wise. If you guys have ever, shout out to my dad. My dad's literally like rebuilt every fucking room in my house. He's a really, really good handyman. If you're ever screwing anything in, go in corners. You go from opposite diagonals. So I just hit bottom right. The next screw I'm going to put in is this top left. And the reason is because that allows you to kind of hit equilibrium when you're tightening this. For this, it doesn't matter, right? These aren't connected at all. But say you were trying to mount like a picture or something, to make sure that it's even, you hit 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corner, 4 corner. That way everything kind of just stays even. But even when it's not for something that needs to be level, I still screw it in this way. It's just good practice. So you guys all probably knew that already, but if you didn't, I'm going to feel better about myself thinking that maybe I had some informative thing to say here today. So, thank you all for providing me that. So, there's that. And here's the final. So, looks like I got the feet all good on this. Oh, nice. Guys, step 1 done. And don't worry, there's only 10 steps, so it shouldn't be too complicated. No promises, but it shouldn't be too complicated. Okay, so next up, so I got the base plate. I'm going to put that away because I don't need this anymore, so I'm actually just going to put it over here to the side. I will pick that up once I need to. But what's up next is using this, which is the heated bed. And what that is that's going to allow us to ultimately put the filament, the plastic filament, on here, melt down so that it can actually print exactly the way that the drawing instructs it to. So, I need 4 platform screws. So here, I'll show this in front. So I'm on this step, so I need 4 platform screws, which are these guys. I'm going to open them up. Open those up. I'll put those to the side, right? Got the heated bed, and then I need one of the linear modules. Giant linear module, could not have messed that up, so that's there. Gotta hydrate. Alright. And what we have next is we've got this 4-way screw pattern, and it looks like I'm doing it long ways off. Okay, perfect. So, this is going to go right here. I wish I had a little bit more level of a station. But so what I'm doing is the 4 corners, so corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4 go into these 4 screw holes. So I am just going to mount those right now. So let me put one in. Like I said, especially when you're tightening something that needs 4 screw hole patterns, definitely have to do it in corners. Because if I tighten 2 over here, this might be offset, and I'd have to come back, unscrew it, and then rescrew in another, like unscrew it and then rescrew it back in to make sure that it was even. So if you do diagonals, you kind of take that out of the equation. It just allows you to make this a little bit quicker. So there's that, and then I have one final screw for this platform. And guys, that's step 2. Let's go. That's step 2. So next up is step 3. All right, so I'm bringing the base plate back. Let me get the screwdriver out of the way. I'm gonna throw this on the ground because no rules. My apartment. Throw this thing on the ground. Hydrate up. And now I'm going to actually start mounting the undercarriage or the base plate to the heating plate. So with this, I need to have my underside down. Ooh, but I'm actually gonna have to screw it in this way. So match it up with the drawing, right? I've got, you see, here's the 4 screw hole pattern. Same thing, so I've got my orientation correct. I need 4 of these M4 size 8 screws. So this, I'm gonna be a little bit cleaner about pouring out because I didn't want 17 screws to fall in my hand. And wouldn't you just look at it, there's literally 17 screws in my fucking hand. Alright. So, there's that. I only need 4 of these. I'm going to put those right there. And I'm going to try and get these back in here. And if it literally takes me more than 20 seconds, I'm going to put them on my desk. Okay, honestly, pretty good. I only dropped 1. That's way better of an expectation than I had. So I got my 4 screws. I got my base plate. And now I've got to find the correct holes to mount these through. So, it's going to be these 4 right here. I'm just going to preload these screws in there. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pick this up so that I can screw it in on the other side. So, they fall right in because they have basically like a notched bezel that lets these sit flush in them. Man, guys, the design on this thing, like I said, this is the Snapmaker, is so nice. Really, they did such a good job on this. But yeah, what I have to do now is I've got to ultimately get my linear module, they call it, in the right orientation. So as you can see, the heating plate's on top, so I'm going to flip this, and the USB, or the RS-232 cable is on the left-hand side, far side. So I'm going to have this oriented like this, and then it calls out that on the bottom, I'm going to hit the second screw in on each one of these arms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this more into the center. And now I'm going to try and basically get all of those screws lined up correctly. So what's tough is this is obviously here. What I'm going to do is tape these down actually. And that'll actually help me a lot. I'll just be able to do this nice and quick. Just see. Fortunately, I got my toolbox right next to me, so should. Oh, I'm just gonna get a little bit of packing tape. What I'm gonna do, tape these down so that they don't fall out. So this, and this is not in the instructions. This is just off of I've done builds relatively similar. It sucks when you have to flip something that's screw mount upside down because then the screws just want to fall off and you ultimately just have this juggling act. I'll really quickly try and do this. That way they don't fall out. This is just a little hack for me personally, if you guys have enough hands and you can do it without doing this, seriously, rock on. You are much more dexterous than I am. I, unfortunately, have toes for feet sometimes, and I'm not exactly the most, we'll say gentle. Maybe that's the right word for it. The gentle rapport to deal with something like this. So sometimes I gotta hack it, and that's what this is. We're just gonna use a little tape, make sure that this stays down. That's not gonna stay, and neither is that. Oh god, guys, the hack might have sucked. This hack might have sucked. Either way. Either way. Okay. Flip this kind of 50. Hit that 90 degrees. And now. So this is now. Dang. So, all are in place right now. So good news, tape comes off nice and easy. Actually, just hit this to the side. Yes! Alright, score, that's totally a victory. Was able to finesse that to work. Love when a hack actually goes right, and especially since I just had that on video. That worked. Now, obviously, hit diagonal pattern. Get these suckers screwed in. Toes for feet. You like that? That was the most original thing I could come up with on the spot. Low judgments, but judgments are expected. This. Make sure that all my screws are sitting in nice. Guys. Dang! Look at that! We got our first portion of it. So we have the base plate, and then ultimately on top of here, this arm is going to be able to move back and forth, which is ultimately going to let the 3D printer head that comes down, that's going to stay stationary, but this will move back and forth to basically allow it to do its printing on the bottom. So, with that, I'm going to move on to the next step. And here, let me take this out of here real quick. That way I can actually keep myself focused. Rogue stuff sitting on my desk. So next up, I am attaching, the Z-axis, next up is the Z-axis base plate. So, on the underside, on the 4 screws, I think, oh wait, extra, oh yeah, I did have extra, I forgot about that. I'm gonna have to mount these 4 screws on another one of the linear modules. So, in this instance, I need the RS-232 close to the bottom. So I'm gonna keep that close to me. I'm gonna move this actually right over here to the left so that I have a little bit easier of a time working with it. And then what I need to do is so here's the 4 long ways is how I need this to be faced. So I need it to be facing in this orientation. Here, I'm actually going to show you just in case that clears things up. But basically, the connection cable needs to be facing the long ways tangential or orthogonal to this. So I'm actually going to mount this kind of up like this. Now I need to get myself, I'm going to put this on my lap for a second. I need to get myself 3 more of those screws, and 47 came out again. Damn it. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't so bad. Here are those. Got 4 screws over there. Now, go to, I'm not going to hack this one because I have enough weight on the base plate that I can actually put these in without needing to. Right. Oh. Wait. on, get this thread. Oh, well, no wonder, because I'm trying to screw. Okay. Hold on 1 second, I just want to make sure I'm hitting the right screw path. Okay, so I need to just hit the 4s. Oh, okay, okay. I got it, guys, I got it. This right here. Bang. There's 1. 2. Ooh, that was actually pretty easy. That was pretty easy. And we'll just hit the diagonal. Here, I'll actually show you. Now I'm screwing the bottom. This. And the last screw. Rock on, guys. So that is the Z-axis. Zeta, remember, points to the sky. That's your height factor. Now that I got this done, set this down. Dang! Look at how pretty that is. Look at how pretty that is. And look at the advertising. Snapmaker. Pretty dope. So here I'm actually putting this inside. So guys, that is officially step 4 complete. You know what that deserves? Come on. Luda! Yeah, I totally just screamed that. Sorry, guys. Luda! Come on. Come on, this hard work. Get you thirsty. Get you thirsty sometimes. So. Now, step 5, and here I'm going to show it here, that way you guys can see it, is this is assemble the screen holder and then slide the touch screen into the screen holder. Okay, so this is a super easy one. What I get to do on here now is I get to mount the actual, oh crap, I get to mount the actual LED screen, the control screen on it. So I'm stoked to do this because I'm curious to see how it's going to look. I think it's going to look really good. Yes, beautiful like gunmetal gray finish. Looks really nice, and I think that this is just going to literally like it's magnetic! Oh! Look at that! Design is so nice. Damn, they did a really good job with this. That is so lit. So get this man a sponsorship. For the sake of everyone I love, do not get me a sponsorship. I will just be yelling so much about Coors Light if you do. So much. Alright. So I think I need 2 more of these. Yep. What I'm gonna do is we're flipping this thing. We're flipping this sucker again. Actually, what you want to do is make sure that you don't put too much weight or strain on any of that. I'm just letting it kind of sit down to the side. Here is my screw path. Get it down. Let me just get both of these set, and then I'll actually screw them out of the way, but I want to make sure that they're set. Alright guys, that was easy. Another step done. I think we only got 5 steps left. Also, once again, all 6 of you, fucking thanks for sticking around. This is dope. It's actually kind of enjoyable. Like, if I wasn't streaming this, I would just be sitting here saying the same stuff, but alone in my room, and that would be horribly depressing. So, thank you. Thank you. And we're about to hit the hour mark, so I don't mean to be that guy, but, like, we're kind of grinding out here. Alright, anyway, I'm done saying a bunch of BS out of my mouth. So, I got the screen holder done. Now is to attach the X-axis. So, it's the final... Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm here now. I need this to go in this orientation. Here, I'm gonna show the directions in case you guys want to see, but it's this one right here, and all my Funko Pops just fell. That's okay. But basically, I have to connect these two things together. But I believe I have to do them like this. Yep, that's exactly how I have to do it. Okay, cool. Put this to the side. Shout out Saitama. And equally, shout out Alex Trebek, the GOAT. Going at him. Alex Trebek, still one of the best men ever. My cat is watching too, so make it 7. Let's go! Dude, and there's 7 out. 8 viewers? You guys are too good to me. You're too damn good to me. So, cable side, I need second screw in and then to hit corners. So let me just get my screws ready. So, got them here. Put all this shit over here. Now I need to get myself 4 screws. Oh, I think I did it. That was perfect. That was perfect. 4 screws. So, with the far and this on the other side. Bang. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna at least get 2 of these in. Hit my 2 opposite corners. And now I'm going to try and get these. So I need to make this the 2nd and 4th. So this is the 2nd screw in right here. I'm just going to set that. That way it's connected. Same thing on this side. I'm going to set this. I actually have to do a little bit because it doesn't want to actually find the screw. Oh, you know what? I think I have to hit. That's why I gotta hit the intern. Oh, okay, makes sense. So. I gotta hit the internal screw, actually. That's okay. You know what? What it says is internal screw on the top right. I want to follow these directions. It's literally to the T that way. There isn't any sort of uncertainty and error when I'm trying to actually print stuff. So, this 2nd one in. Set that screw in. Great. Next, find that hole right here. Set this screw in. Dang, now we're cooking, guys. Now we are cooking. Sweet. So there's those 2. I'm gonna put these other 2 screws in. Fit nice. All right. The final. This is the X-axis mount. Or I guess they call it module, but the X-axis now taken care of. So. Right. All those, yep, all those are good. Guys. That's a 3-axis right there. Let's go. Oh, I'm stoked. This is awesome. So, now that I've got these steps done, next up is the 3D printing module. Ooh. Sweet. So, just pick this sucker up. Bang! 3D printing. It's conveniently written right on the face of it. So, now I'm going to mount it on this bracket right here. So it's got to be the 4 inners. So I need another 4 screws. I'm getting pro at this. That was 4. Perfect. dangerous. I'm starting to pour these screws out and actually look like I know what I'm doing. So here, it wants me to do the 4 inner. Okay. This one. Hold on 1 second. Right, so I got this one screw in, and actually I'm also get this other one in because the location of these is actually a little rough to get into. So I'm gonna hit bottom first. That way I've got a little more support on the bottom. I'm not hanging. Set this screw. This one. Oh, duh. Just had it on like a 3-degree angle. My bad. Alright. Nice. One. Pretty much completely in. There's 2. Let me get 3. Then the last but certainly not God, I love when it just works. There's so much stuff that I have to do that just doesn't work. Nice bit. Voila! Look at this thing! Literally in 6 steps, I've already got something that actually looks like it does welds. That is... Alright. And now, attach the controller to the Z arm. Alright. So, like I said, the control hub, this guy, got all of these connections on it. That is getting connected to this, the Z arm. It says on the back. Oh, it's literally going to be connected on. Oh, okay, sweet. Got it. And now I need more of the M20 screws, so the really long ones. These long screws are needed. Open up this bag. Gotta get those moving. 4 of them. Sweet. Sweet. Now I'm gonna mount this sucker. Two, 3. So with something like this that doesn't have a washer on plastic, as with all screws, I'm pretty sure that everyone knows this, but either way, I'm going to say it anyway. You never want to screw something in as tight as you can. You just want to make sure that it's secured, because otherwise you're going to fracture the plastic. I'm saying this, I'm praying to God that I'm not a dumbass, like tighten this too tight and it cracks the plastic. Be okay right now. This also good to me. The appropriate tightness. So now I've got the USB and control mounted, which is actually really dope. So that's step 8. Guys, I got 2 steps left. Filament holder, weird jackhammer poop scooper thing. Bang. That's all good. And this is going to go onto the back of the Z-axis also, but I guess it goes like this. Actually, I'm trying to put this in. Picture. Oh, yeah. Way better. So I need 2 of these. I'll grab 2 of those. And this is ultimately what the spool is going to connect to. So it says to put this in on, okay, this orientation. Oh, I see exactly what I'm at. Boy. This is on metal, so you can crank this sucker as freaking hard as you wanna. Wait, just crank that sucker. Oh, let's go, guys. We're about to be there. Now, it's time to do what I do best. It's probably where I'm gonna make the most mistakes. Connect this shit. Make it power and bloop and beep and do things and actually operate electronically. Let's go. So, first thing first, it says connect the modules to the controller as illustrated and then power on. So, I have the screen, and the screen is going to go right next to where the micro SD card. I literally don't see a micro SD card holder. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, here's screen. Okay, dope. Nope, that does not go. I guess it goes here, though. Hey. That's in there. Next up, I am going to take what is, I believe, the Y-axis. So this is my Y-axis, and this goes into port 3. Port 3, here, it's just heavy. Port 3 is right here. I'm gonna connect this. Let's see if that works. Dang, that's perfect. So, Y-axis connected. Next up, I'm gonna do the X-axis. Oh no, did I not? Because the X-axis apparently it's supposed to wrap around the outside. Let me just make sure I have the X-axis on the correct orientation, just so that if I have to make a switch. Oh yeah, okay, cool, all good. So X-axis is going to go into port 2. Handle that. Turn this thing around. Port 2. Okay, what goes into port 1? Port 1 is an RJ45 cable. Oh, okay, sweet. So that's going to connect into my filament holder. So that's going to be the communication between the filament. One RJ45 and I need one RS232 or RJ25. 45 and a 25. So one of them's in here. Other one's right here. I'm going to make sure, and the way that I'm able to tell the difference between the two is the number of pins. So the RJ25 is a 2 or 6 pin. So I picked the wrong one. That's an RJ45 here, but I'll show you guys how I was able to make that discern between those two. So if you look here, this RJ25 is a 6 pin. So there's 6 of those long rectangles. This RJ45 is an 8 pin. Got those long rectangles. So when I look at this, hopefully my camera up. It's probably the best, but you can see this is a 6-pin. There's 6 of those, you know, metallic pins that I can actually connect to. So this is the RJ25 connector, and my RJ25 connector, per my drawing, is what connects my Z-axis. There's this RJ25, so I'm going to connect to that. Or, oh, nope, just kidding. The RJ25 is what's connected to the heat bed. So it's this thing down here that you can't see, but I'm going to really quickly get my hands underneath here, connect this. There. Nice. Alright guys, and that connector goes into port 6, which is right at the nice and right at the bottom. Grab that. Bang. And there we go. So that's connected. So I think I only have 2 or 3 more connections. So first off is the RJ45. That connects to my extruder. Or, well, okay, so it's not an extruder. Since this is a 3D printer, that's my printing mechanism. And that's going to go into port 1. Okay. Here's port 1. Right up top. Put that in. Guys, this is going so smooth. So I've got something in ports 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1, 2, 3. So I need 5, and that's my Z-axis, which is this one right here. And that I am supposed to wrap around the outside. Here. That's going to go into port 5. I think. There's that. Wow. Boys. I think I may have just gotten this puppy pretty much set up. This. And I guess there's got to be a power cable in here. I don't know where it is. There has to be a power cable in here. In my power? Okay. Yes, power adapter. Okay, so no wonder why I couldn't find it. It's in this giant box of its own. So what I get to do is I'm going to take this out, and I figured if you have a piece of machinery like this, you need a chunky transformer. Ha! And wouldn't you know, there's literally like a 4-pound transformer in here. Dope. Live, laugh, love. That I actually have tattooed on my left butt cheek because there's no wiser words on the planet. But yeah, so here's the power input. This is going to be the actual like AC to DC adapter that's going to feed power on onto the input of the machine. So I'm actually going to plug that in right now. I'm going to maybe do something with cable management. Honestly, all right, sweet. So I'm going to, that's the power that's going to go into my hub right here. So I'm actually going to plug that in right now. It says, literally said, make sure that something was in the off position. Great. So there's that. And I actually have a power strip that I brought in here because I knew I was going to be tight on connecting. So there we go. Connected. There's power. Do not connect or disconnect when the machine is powered on. Yep. Obviously. And it says to use the printer. Ooh. Dang. So I got screen, I got power. I don't need this USB. This is what I'm going to need when I actually connect to my computer and communicate with it. I'll plug this into the hub. And I'll plug that USB-A into my computer, and that's what's going to allow me to basically load on the drawing to 3D print on it. Really quickly, I want to get you guys a decent profile. Look at this. Look at this thing. I actually have to kind of do it this way so you can see it. Looks so clean. It is so clean. great, cool little OLED display that'll allow you to power up and do any option changes or whatever. This is really nice. I can take this off really easily and put on a CNC or a laser engraving mount. Top down, looks awesome. The cable management was really easy on it. Guys, seriously, this thing is actually turning out to be pretty impressive. Once again, this is the Snapmaker. It's a 3-in-1 3D printer. Allows you to do CNC machining, laser engraving, and 3D printing. So we just spent the last, I guess, hour and 20 minutes setting this thing up. It's gone way smoother than I thought it was going to. And this is actually my first time, personally, ever owning a 3D printer. So I'm really, really excited to be able to give this thing a shot. I am so stoked. It's going to be a very, very fun project to be able to work on. And I think, hopefully, you know, I'll be able to create some cool stuff. If you guys want to come back, that'd be dope. You know, honestly, like, no sweat at all. If you just wanted to come here today, that's dope. But if you guys want to come back, I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. I'm going to be 3D printing. I might be doing some CAD design. I'm going to definitely be doing some keyboard stuff. I'll be working on mechanical keyboards. I'm actually hoping to use this puppy to do a couple of projects for you know, my keyboard, and potentially being able to come up with a couple of designs that maybe people will end up enjoying. So I'll be doing plenty of that stuff, and then maybe I'll play some video games. I play a lot of Rocket League, play a lot of Apex, but I don't think that I'll be spending much time on this channel doing that. Maybe, just maybe, if like 13 people watch this at one time, I'll play a game. Maybe I'll play a game of Rocket League. You guys can watch me get smacked by a couple grand champs. But yeah, so leveling the heat bed. So guys, that was the full setup. I can go through the rest. I don't know if anyone's trying to stick around. It's already been an hour and 20 minutes. Honestly, that's so sweet that literally like 6 to 8 of you guys just kind of stuck around and watched that. You know, I'm real stoked. This has actually been really fun. Glad that everything worked. I'm gonna play around, so you know, feel free to stick around if you want. If you don't want to, no sweat. But I'm actually gonna do the calibration for this, so you know, make sure that everything's leveled. So the first step that it has me do is level the heat bed. So it says leveling the heated bed, make sure that the print sticks to the heated bed. Obviously, if you had any slant on it, that would be unfortunate, because then you would have an uneven trace of when you're actually printing this thing down, right? Because your extruder is going to come down, and if you weren't able to have this thing be level, you'd have droop, and then you'd have one of two things. You'd have material lay on top of itself on the next layer, be uneven, and ultimately ridge out, and you know, be much more susceptible to breaking. It would also look way cruddier, but it could also not stick right. So the first thing that they want me to do is to level the 4 corners in order. And it's just to, oh man. All right, so this is awesome. I'm gonna turn this on. I'm actually gonna show you guys how everything looks. It's really quiet. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Kind of sounds like a jet engine, but that is so cool. So I literally can load files. You guys can't see it. I wish I could not have this be so bright, but there's 4 options. One of them is to stop from printing. Next is the files location for you to be able to put in some type of file. It has a status bar to tell you how long it takes for your print to occur. Thing up is elapsed time to tell you how long it's taking. It tells you the temperature of the heated bed, and then the nozzle temperature. Man, this thing is so clean. So the first thing that it says to do is to go to settings. So that's my bottom right option. And it says 3 things, right? There's a back menu up top. It says calibration, FAC, and about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the calibration, because obviously since we're trying to make sure that something's level, you got to calibrate it. So I'm going to hit this calibration button, and it literally tells me it's homing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is even, right? I want to make sure that this is all sitting down nice and flat. If you're going to do any type of calibration, you want to make sure that everything is as flat and as you know, even and stable as it can possibly be. So I'm going to let that happen first, and it's going to be, it says it's homing. So basically what it's doing is it's finding position, just like how like a missile or an airplane might put out a homing tracking signal. What it's trying to do is basically find its position. So that's what it's doing right now. And what it tells me to do is to level the first corner. So, so it says to hit this. So I'm going to hit 1. Okay, sweet. So I put it into the 1 position, and I have it set to a 0.05 millimeter movement. That's all good. And next, it says put a piece of A4 paper between the heated bed and the nozzle. Okay, sweet. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm just going to get a piece of A4 paper, and this is obviously just so that you don't do anything and you don't need to worry about it. So I'm just going to grab this, just a piece of graph paper, and I'm going to put that in between my my heating bed and the actual printer itself. So it says to do that, do A4, and then it says to adjust the distance between the heated bed and nozzle using the up and down buttons. And ultimately what I'm looking for is a 0.1 millimeter thickness. So it says to keep on adjusting until I can't pull this. So I can still pull it, which means I'm going to press down again. I'm actually going to hold this. Still movable. Still movable. Still movable. Trying to see it, and it's moving so minuscule. I'm actually gonna move this to point 2. So I don't have much resistance yet. Still not much resistance. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of resistance. So I can't pull it out, right? What it says is until there's a slight resistance. So I actually can't pull this, so I'm actually going to pull it up a little bit more. Okay, so now it's slight resistance, right? I'm able to move the paper out of it. So that's at least good. So it says tap 2 and follow the same steps over for the corner. So now that I have that, so I'm going to hit 2. Same thing, I can't move too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to a much lower, or lower sensitivity, meaning I can actually move this further. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Now I'm starting to get close. Still no resistance. Still no resistance, but we're getting close. Still no resistance. There we go. So actually what I want to do is hit 1 more. That's better. Okay, so that's what I wanted on that. I'm going to hit 3. Same thing. So I'm going to move, I guess, 0.5 millimeters down. Keep on moving this down. Nothing. Okay. Alright. So that's pretty good. Now we're starting to get close. A little bit too much. That's better. So, I got all 4 of those. And then once I'm done, when we're all leveled up, tap save. Alright. Hit save. Now it's homing again, meaning that it's going to basically set all of its settings. I can reset to calibration to factory default settings when needed. Dope. So, next thing is loading filament. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab the filament from out of here. This real quick. Grab this. Oh, and you know what? I'm probably going to need to keep this temperature closed. So I might not do this today. Might not, but here's the filament, right? Kind of cool. I know it's like way up close and in your face, but that's what the filament looks like. Ultimately, what it's going to do is if I move the printer a little bit closer, it's going to hang on this, and ultimately I'm going to feed in to this hole right here by hitting this little button on the front face of the 3D printing dongle, and I'll be able to feed it through, and then ultimately it's going to basically say, hey, listen, you need to basically run some type of print. So it's going to be just a basic like base floor, and I get to be able to like do all sorts of control and stuff with it and set it up. But yeah, this actually looks nice and easy for what I have left, what I need to do. So, oh man, all right, guys, I'm stoked. That was awesome. That was awesome. I've got 4 steps left, and then I'm gonna start to be able to work on this. Oh, nice. And this is actually written in JS, so I'm able to use like a JS node or something to actually program this thing, which is sweet. So guys, that was pretty much a full build of the Snapmaker 3-in-1 3D printer. So it's got the Laser Engraver, the 3D printer, and the CNC milling adapter. So I'll be able to do all sorts of 3D printing with this. Honestly, I'm so stoked. That went really, really well. Kind of a pretty seamless stream. Everything went really, really smoothly, and I'm really stoked. The only reason that I'm not actually printing right now, guys, is if you don't know, so plastic, it's sitting in vacuum sealed with silica gel to control pressure and moisture of it. If I pull this out and things start to get a little bit, you know, like there's a lot of humidity in my room where the temperature changes a lot, what happens to this thin plastic is it starts to either expand or contract. And when that happens, you basically have your printer, your PLA filament, aka the plastic that's going to be printed out, that starts to warp and it starts to do some weird stuff. So what you want to do is, if you have PLA filament, you want to, and it'll be fine for a few days, maybe a week. But if you don't take it out and store it, then it starts to basically like fiber out, and you get a lot of weird behavior. So if you try to print it, you won't get nice, even, smooth prints. So just to prevent, since I don't have any drawings or anything, just to prevent me from having to worry about getting storage for this, because I don't have like a vacuum tight storage to store this, I'm gonna leave that for maybe another stream. It won't be today, but you guys have been rocking with me for an hour and a half. That is so awesome. I'm really stoked. This went really, really smooth. I had a lot of fun doing it, and honestly, I just can't believe that it all worked out so easily. That's modern technology for you guys, actually kind of knowing what the hell it's doing. So yeah, this was awesome. This was really awesome, and came out so great. There it is, guys. The 3D printer. This is where it starts. My manufacturing empire, recorded on Twitch. You all can hold me accountable. And if I'm ever able to quit my job and do this full time, I'm buying every single one of you a McDouble. Contractually, I will sign that contract. I will buy all 7 of you, all 6 of you, a McDouble. So if that's not incentive to root for me to just be able to quit my job, I don't know what is. I really don't. Nah, just kidding. But for real, that was really cool. I'm glad that everyone kind of stuck around and were able to do this. So guys, I'm gonna end this stream. Thank you so much. Fucking awesome. Hold up. It's been a minute. The goat of all goats, Coors Light. Just finished it. Perfect for a stream. I'm gonna do this. I'm probably gonna go grab some dinner. I think I'm gonna go grab some dinner. That was a nice long work day, a nice productive stream. A bunch of people in here. This was so dope, guys. Thanks a lot for showing up. I would totally raid another person or streamer, but I have no idea how to raid, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna end this stream and call it there. So I'll be streaming again next Wednesday, every Wednesday at 5:30. I'm trying to shoot to just get on a regular schedule. So if you guys are trying to hit me for one stream a week, I'd say show up then. Maybe I'll do one every once in a while, you know. You'll get a notification if you follow me or whatever, but seriously, don't sweat that. Honestly, this was a really cool thing to just do in front of a bunch of people. So yeah, you know, I'll sum it up with, we built a Snapmaker 3-in-1 3D printer today. Had a great time. Chat was hilarious. Love it. Thank you guys for showing up. This was sweet. I really appreciate you all showing up, and I'm hoping that I'm able to do a little bit of design work this week so that I can print something for you guys on next Wednesday. And then from there, I'll actually start going through, you know, I'll share my screen. I'm also going to get a face camera, but I'll share my screen. That way you guys can watch me actually design something in CAD, see the mistakes I make when I go to 3D print it. I can make small versions of things. I'll probably start by trying to 3D print a cherry profile cap, or maybe an SA or DSA profile cap, 3D print it. And kind of go from there, just to get a little bit of exposure and experience with things. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do that next Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow I'll lube the rest of my 90 pack of Holy Pandas for mechanical keyboards. I've got a Cyber Voyager coming in that's going to be dope. I also have my KBD fans KBD pad, so it's a little numpad that I'll actually put together. I lubed all the switches already, but I'll put that together and I'll solder it in front of you guys if you want. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, not sure, but I'll probably end up streaming either tomorrow, Friday for a little bit, just an hour. Show up if you want, all good if you don't. But yeah, Wednesdays I'm hoping to make this a regular thing. So like I said, appreciate that, for real. Appreciate you guys. That was awesome to show up. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll link up sometime soon. Peace, guys.